understand that R&D models are changing significantly. Can you give us some insight into some of those trends, some of those changes?
Yeah, we've really seen in the last couple of years firms change the way they do R&D. Traditionally, R&D has always been done in-house or kept very close to home. But I think now you see both large and small firms looking at how they can tap into growing research and development capabilities and growing talent pools around the world. And so you're now seeing a more distributed model of R&D. And it's being driven by a number of things. You have major investments in science and technology, in engineering and scientific talent taking place in places like China, India, Korea, which have really become innovation hubs. You also see in many of these markets they're leading edge customers, and so as companies try to get closer to who's going to buy their product or customers, they're going to want to do research and development closer to those marketplaces. And you also see that these markets are using some of their consumer power to set standards. And so you see now that companies realize that you can't do everything close to home. I think one of the best comments I've ever heard was from a former head of S&T for Sun who said that you quickly realize that all the smart people in the world don't work for your company, and you have to find ways of tapping into these minds. And so you get large companies like Intel and IBM and Microsoft and others who build global innovation models where they distribute their R&D capabilities around the world, partner with research institutions, partner with universities, set up their own R&D facilities, use their venture capital funds to invest in leading edge companies. But you also see a lot of small companies now, many driven by their venture capitalists, who are doing research and development, who are building research and development teams in places like Korea, India, Romania, and elsewhere, because they're looking for a way of making capital use more efficient, and they're looking at ways of tapping into these talent